What's going on, world? Hey, world, what's going on? Every day you stick the news on. It's never good news, is it? It's always something to do about Islam. Islam covers our news. What has happened in the last 20 years? It doesn't really make sense, really. If you stop and think about it, you just go over and over and over again in your mind. But basically, the reason why I'm doing this video is simple is I'm fucked off with Islam. Fucked off with it. Religion, is it, as people say? It's not a religion. Islam will never be a religion. It's a cult that glorifies death, and it always will be. Islam is destroying Western society. It's destroying it. As I said, you just have to flick the news on, or go on YouTube, or Google, or anything you want to type in about anti-Islam, and you'll see all the horrible things that Islam believes in. Islam is destroying. It's destroying us. Ruining us. Ruining us ain't the word. Look at Europe. Look at the state Europe's in. My dad is Italian, and his country is in a mess. Italy is in a mess. And I feel so sorry for Italy. And not just Italy, for any European country that has this problem. I feel sorry for those countries. Because these people, these refugees, thousands and thousands and thousands of refugees that are coming into Europe every day by the boatload. They're coming in. And the governments of these countries, Italy and Greece, are helping these people. Millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds or euros, whatever you want to call it, are being spent on the emergency services trying to save these people when there is no money for the government. The native people of these lands are treated second class. Italian people, Greek people, they're treated second class. There is no jobs no more. There's no jobs for the young people. The old people are treated barbarically, the old people. A lot of old people don't even get their pensions now because there's no money. Because all the money's being spent helping these people. And for what? I'm not saying every single refugee is a bad person, but I would say the majority of them are bad, especially the men. You can see it. It's all men, mostly men, that are being let into these countries, and it's wrong. And the women are being left back home in the rat holes where the men have just come from. And these men are they get let into countries like Italy and Greece, and they're rioting in the streets because they're not happy. They're not happy with what they've been given. The Italian government or the Greek government's giving them a flat or whatever. Surely that must be better, like I said, comparing to the rat hole they just came from. But no, it's not. It's not good enough for them. They carry on, don't they? They carry on. They carry on. They're rioting in the streets, smashing up businesses, mugging old people, raping young children, raping women. And then yet they're still being let into to these countries to ruin these countries. And it's wrong. It's got to stop. This has got to stop. This is wrong. Islam is not a religion. It's a cult, and it's glorifying death, and it's ruining Western society. And this has got to stop. There is no room for Islam in Western society. There never will be room for Islam in Western society. This has got to stop. These people are destroying what we believe in. They're destroying in everything we've been brought up to believe in. You do-gooders out there, you left-wing people, you rainbow crew, whatever you want to fucking call yourselves, you're as bad as what Islam is. You're as bad as what terrorism is. Because you go on your silly, pathetic marches around the streets of Europe, especially the United Kingdom. You just have to Google. The United Kingdom is rife for these marches of these liberal people, the Rainbow Regiment. Let these refugees in. Islam's a religion of peace. Let them in and all that. It's barbaric. It's pathetic what you're doing. And do you know what? Do you know what, left-wingers? You're hypocrites. You're total hypocrites. Because try reading the Quran. Read statements of the Quran. They disbelieve in homosexuality. They detest homosexuality. They hate you homosexual people. In the Quran it states if you're homosexual you become an infidel. And it states that you'll be killed in the barbaric way, i.e. your head decapitated, or thrown off a tall building, or stoned in the streets. Do you really think, you left-wing people, do you really think that Islam is a religion of peace? How can it be? How can you protect that religion? How can you believe that religion is a good religion when they totally disagree in homosexuality, but yet you still support them? You still go on your marches through the streets of London, Manchester, Rome, wherever in this world, Berlin, wherever. Thousands of you marching saying, let these refugees in, when these refugees are all Islamic. And they disbelieve in everything that you've been brought up to believe in. It's wrong, isn't it? They're ruining Western society. You just have to see what they do in churches, smashing up religious statues of Jesus Christ, of Mary, throwing them on the floor, urinating on these statues. And then yet you liberal people say, but it's a religion of peace. How is that a religion of peace? It will never be a religion of peace. And I'll tell you something, like I said before, it's not a religion, it's a cult that glorifies death. Islam will not be accepted into the Western society, never will be. And I'll tell you something, right? They are destroying us. Killing for them is like breathing. You just have to look at the wars that are going around the world. It's all in the Middle East. Muslims killing Muslims, Muslims killing Muslims. But and yet, it's meant to be a religion of peace. Wake up and smell the coffee, left-wingers. You anti-far people are ignorant. Very stupid. You should stick to what you're good at. Climbing fucking trees. That's what you should stick to. Climbing fucking trees. You know what I mean? But you can't carry on saying Islam's a great religion, it's a religion of peace, because it's a barbaric religion. Women, especially you left-wingers, you want equality. You want women and men all equal. That's what you want. I know it's fact that you left-wingers, you think that men and women should be equal. And I believe that too. Men and women should be equal. But Islam goes against that. Islam goes against equality. The woman will always be second class in the marriage. Always be second class. And if a woman commits adultery, it's all right, is it, for that woman to be stoned in the streets? Because that's what happens, left-wingers. That's exactly what's happening in the Middle East. If a woman commits adultery, they get stoned. So you left-wingers, if you're married, say for argument's sake, there's two woman and man, and you're married, and the woman commits adultery, that's all right, is it? The woman should be stoned in the streets. I don't believe that. I think it's fucking wrong, and this has got to stop. They want Sharia law in the streets of Europe. Sharia courts. There isn't room for Sharia courts. There never will be. Their laws are barbaric. As I said before, there is no room for Islam in Western society. And Christianity will prevail. You just have to read my t-shirt. Do you like my t-shirt? Make Europe great again. Kick out Islam. Well, basically I'm having a go at you liberal people, because you liberal people are hypocrites. You contradict yourselves. Very bad people. You're as bad as what they are. Anyway, to all the right-wingers out there, have a lovely day.